Do you want to see what I got at Pride this year? I bet you do. That's what we're going to do in this one. Lots of colour, lots of fun, and got some amazing things like these amazing earrings. And yeah, I'll bring you along. You've been watching some of the videos here. You might have seen some of the projects I've been working on for outfits for Pride, and just having a good time, a celebration. Let's celebrate being ourselves in the best possible way. How am I going to do this one? See, the bag is really cute, and I thought it'd be fun to just use the bag and pull things out, but everything's all jumbled up, so yeah, let's see how we go, I suppose. Should we see it's in this little bag? I don't have details for everybody that I bought things from, unfortunately, because I didn't get a business card from everybody. And I didn't really think about it when I was buying things. So my best advice to you is, if I've got the details of the people I've bought this from, I'll pop it on the screen and I'll put it in the description. If I haven't, then the next opportunity you have to go to Pride, go. See what's on the little markets, whatever they've got going on there, and buy stuff. And tell people about stuff, because you'll find that most of the people at these events are quite small independent traders, and they could very much do with your support, because you do find some fun things. Now, my character at Pride is Donkey, D-N-K-Y, and it's still in development, but there's a few things that fit with this character all the time. One is the glitter, the other is silver, and the other is carrots. I got given a little squeaky carrot by Pat, and that hangs on my little bag when I'm out and about. And one of the stores had 3D printed things, and they had these fantastic little carrots. But that's not all. You can open them up and put things in them. So another thing that I have with this character is confetti. I'm a bit of a menace, to be honest. Didn't take any with me to Dover because there was a lot going on otherwise, but I think this will make quite a good confetti dispenser. Another thing that was there, which was great, is there was somebody dressed as... Oh, I'm going to get the wrong one now. I'm going to get the wrong pantheon. It wasn't Mercury. It was the Greek one. Apollo? Messenger of the gods. And they were handing out little messages of hope, which I thought was lovely. And Pat's passed me his that he got, and it says, "Grow at your own pace, but never stop growing." And yeah, we should all do that. Now, I haven't opened mine. I've saved mine because I wanted to do it on camera and find out what my little message was. And they're wonderful. They're these little rolls of coloured paper with a little ring, and they've taken the time to handwrite each message. And it's such a wonderful thing. If I find out what their username is and that sort of thing, I'll pop that up. But here they are, looking amazing, as always. And I have a lot of respect for people who put this much effort in for a costume to brighten everybody else's day up. That's what Pride's about. Spread some joy. So let's take this little ring off, and let's see what we've got. Yes, this one's very valid for me. This is one that I definitely do take to heart. Never underestimate your potential. And we never should. Never ever underestimate your potential. What a wonderful thing. So there's my little carrot, and we'll figure out what to do with that for the costume for next year. That's just super. Now this one isn't as visually interesting. And unfortunately, I can't share with you how wonderful these are, because these are smellies. And this is from Magic Penny Soap Factory. And they smell amazing. They're handmade, vegan, so completely friendly, and just, oh, this one is Fruits of the Forest with orange and lime, which, yeah, lovely. And they were doing a special offer on them at the show. That's the other thing, when you're at Pride, they do special offers. So these soaps were actually quite a bit cheaper at the event than they would have been if you bought them separately. A lot of vendors do that, so it's a great way to sample somebody's stuff, save the details for who they are so you can buy it online and tell people that you think might like it. So this one's quite pretty. It's got a little design in the top of it. It's a nice shape for using as well. I like soaps that shape. And we have got lemon, black pepper, and Litsia? Litsi? I'm not sure how you pronounce that one, but it's a lot more subtle than the other one, but really, really nice. It smells like the kind of soap you want to use after you've been in the garden, if that makes any sense. Yeah, do like that one. And our last one is a little square one, which can't quite get the label off, but it's got like a nice deep embossed design on it. And this one is lavender and rosemary. This is the first one I picked up, and it smells so good. Lavender and rosemary are two of my favourite fragrances, and they're both in this one soap. So this one's not going to last very long at all in this house. Right, you remember those little messages that we had from Apollo, Mercury? I'll double check. Early in the day, they were handing out patches to people as well. And these are some that Pat managed to get hold of. Now, by the time I encountered them, they'd just got the messages left. But how generous is that? You know, when you're trying to take enough patches for everybody, that's wonderful. And we've got... Now, Pat thinks that's Space Invaders. I think that's a health bar. What do you think? And he got this one. And that is just Pat. That's Pat all over. He's a caretaker. He looks after everybody, makes sure they're safe. That looks after me, obviously. Yes. And we were also after these little heart carabiners. If you've seen the Pink Wolf, Musa, at the show, he's at many of the Pride events. He'd been looking for a pink one of these, so Pat got him one of those. And a green one or a yellow one, and got himself a red one, which is lovely. Now Pat's very difficult to buy gifts for. He's one of those people who likes buying gifts for other people but doesn't like getting them himself, so it's a bit of a challenge to get things for him. But I did manage it later. This one's really, really tiny, and it's more earrings. I think earrings was my thing at Dover, but here we go. Little Highland cow studs. And I love these. I'm not going to change these out just now to show you. And I did find them really difficult to show on camera because they're so small. But they're like, I think they're plastic shrinkies or something like that. I'm not sure how they make them. But I will put the details in the description and on the screen for you because I do actually have the details here. So do check them out because they had so many fun little earrings and other doodads and bits and pieces. So yeah, if you want little treats like this, then they do have them, and they're not expensive at all. We've got a Lucky Dip, and this was another vendor. I will say all the vendors that we spoke to were lovely. They were friendly. I know that's their job. I've been a vendor myself. You do have to be nice to people, but it felt genuine. You know, it felt like they were actually being genuinely nice to people, and that's always a wonderful thing. So. One of them was doing these Lucky Dip sticker packs. Now it does say, warning, 18 plus content is possible, and that's true of some of the stuff, but don't worry, the event is family friendly. There is nothing out on display that you wouldn't want your kids to see. The daytime Pride events are all family friendly. They're all designed so that the kids aren't going to see anything that kids shouldn't see. You're not going to see anything more dangerous than you would see at a public beach or a swimming pool. So, yeah. But anyway, it does mean that some people are a little bit more cautious about the stuff that they're putting out there. So obviously, if a kid tried to come and buy something like this, they wouldn't let them. That's not how things work. Let's see what we got. So, it was a £5 for this. This is from Vampire Brat on Etsy. Again, links on screen, in the description, all that good stuff. And yeah, their stuff leans a little bit alternative, I would say. And these are all actually safe. These are all family friendly ones. So we have a creepy vampire mouth jobby. I'm going to have to find somewhere to put these as well. I got them because, well, Pat got them for me, because of course he did. We have the little serotonin sticker, which is kind of creepy, but also really fun, and I really like that one. This is definitely one of my favourites. Bela Lugosi. Absolutely love that one. And yes, we've all had these days. Sometimes, yeah, I'm not okay. But we carry on anyway. We do our best. And this one is probably quite accurate, and it's in a colour that matches what I've got going on today, so that's even better. So yeah, do check those out. They had lots of other bits and pieces. I will say my problem this year is that a lot of the stuff that was there was not stuff that I personally wanted this time round. So I did try and make the effort to find stuff I did want. I did find things that I wanted, and that was great. That's part of the challenge as well. Nothing was very expensive. Honestly, but most of the things that you find are actually pocket money sort of amounts. There's a few pricier things if you want that. There were other things in the hall that I've not shown here. There was somebody doing like cocktail glasses and drinks glasses that had scented candles in, which were really pretty. There was somebody doing like feather boas and gloves and drag accessories. Because of course, Dover Pride has a lot of drag acts. I'll talk about that in a minute. And yeah, I don't know, it wasn't a very big market there this time. The council, as I understand it, had seen fit to squash everybody into a very small area, which is not what you want. Usually prides are spread out over a nice large area for everybody to enjoy, but this one was mostly indoors and mostly hidden. I get the impression that's something to do with the political aspect of it, which is the reform influence. Anyway, this is a joyful video where we're going to talk about joyful things. So we had a wonderful time, and now the last bit I'm going to show you the hall, and then I'll loop back and we'll talk about some more of the Dover Pride event itself, was the next day. On our way home the following day, Pat and I stopped by at Herne Bay. Now, we could have gone home the same night as the Pride event, but we didn't get back to the hotel until 11 PM, and honestly, we were exhausted. We were so grateful that our friends helped with offering some accommodation there and sorting us out. So thank you very much for that. It really did help. It meant that I'd got enough energy the following day to just carry on with stuff, and Pat wasn't having to do all that driving, because he's been doing all the driving. I can't drive my car at the moment because it's in bits. I haven't been able to get that job finished, but that's a story for another time. But yeah, we had a lovely day on the way home, and we just took it easy. We stopped off and saw one of our friends for some breakfast, and then we went to Herne Bay. I've never been there before. We went on the arcades and we won some things. Pat and I really like the penny pushers. We know they're a waste of money, but we find them fun, and sometimes we win things. Didn't quite get the little keyring that we were trying to get, but never mind. We left it right on the edge, so hopefully somebody else came in and got that one after us. But we did get an awful lot of tickets, so that meant we got some prizes. At Pride, you will have seen the pups, and the pups were always looking for props and bits and pieces. It's all part of the fun. So, with our tickets, Pat got some Pringles, and it's just this like plushy Pringles thing, but even better, it's got a squeaker in it. And if you're wondering what flavour, it's Porriginal. So that was one of the things. I got this goofy little unicorn jobby, which is super. This one doesn't have a squeaker, so I might put a squeaker in this one, because it's just the right size, and that might end up as part of my donkey costume. That's very much the sort of thing we do. But I think probably the best thing we got with the tickets, well, I hope, I've not tried it out yet, was this thing, which is a bubble gun. But even better, I thought these were all blue. And we opened it up, and it comes with some bubble liquid, and it's in a pink bottle. Well, that's quite good. I quite like pink things. But it also came in pink glitter. I mean, you know. So this is going to be part of Donkey's outfit. It's got a little clip on it, so I can hang it off my belt if I need to. It takes batteries. I've not tried it out. I will try it out at some point. But it's got batteries, and it's got some little LEDs in it, so it lights up. And I think for parade, this will be quite fun. I don't know how practical it's going to be yet, though, because it looks like it's one where you have to fill a saucer with the liquid, and then you sort of dip it in and shoot it, which is a little bit more awkward. I would have liked one I could fill up. But honestly, for winning it at the arcades, it's on brand, and it's just a great little prop, and slightly less annoying than confetti. But only slightly. Now, Pat's quite difficult to buy gifts for. He loves giving gifts. He's not so keen on receiving them for some reason, so it can be a little bit tricky to get him to accept gifts. But I managed to get some, and he couldn't stop me. So I've got him a bunch of patches, which he really likes. So we have Space Ranger. We've got to find out what we're going to put these on. We don't know if they're going to go on a bag or one of his jackets yet, but we'll see. So we've got Space Ranger patch. This is very much, yeah, we've all had these days. And we did find a couple that were very, very on brand for Pat, because he's very adventurous. Yeah. And then the most important question of all. So they're super. He's going to enjoy figuring out where to put those, and I'll be sewing those on for him, no doubt. So yeah, I'm really happy I managed to get him something, because he can be a challenge. For me, I picked up, and unfortunately I didn't get the name of the company while I was there, and they didn't put anything in my bag. I should have asked for a business card. If I find out who it was that I got these from, I'll pop it on the screen and in the description. If not, head over to Herne Bay and go on the pier, and it's one of the shops on the pier that does these. But they had all kinds of fantastic things that were very extra, and yeah, I couldn't resist when I saw these. I mean, you already see them because I'm wearing them, but just, yeah. And this is what Pat refers to as my Pat Butchers. Style icon, RIP. But we've got the hot pink stars, which I have on today, which match my hoodie. Amazing, love these. We have the Bowie lightning strikes, which, yeah, that's this side, and these are kind of glittery. And then we have these, the star clusters. Yeah, love them, absolutely love them. They're all plastic, so there's no weight to them, which is nice. And I believe there's silver findings on these two. This one has gold findings. I might have to replace these, unfortunately, the findings themselves, because I'm sometimes allergic to gold-plated things. It's something to do with nickel content. So I have to be a bit careful. One of the main draws with Dover Pride is definitely the drag content. There are some excellent drag acts there. The main one I was there to see was Miss Havoc. If you haven't seen Miss Havoc, then make some time to do so. She's really good, and you will definitely enjoy it. You probably haven't seen an act quite like Havoc, or as much confetti in one location. I can't show you everything of the acts. There's music to deal with copyright here and that sort of thing. And some of it is 18 plus for the after party, which obviously is an age-restricted event. The daytime events aren't. The daytime events are family-friendly, and everything is tailored to a family audience. So, again, that's how things should be. But Dover's acts were something else. So a big shout out to everybody involved in organising that, getting people together. There were some big names like Electra Fence, and some unique acts like the Dairy King, who defies description. You really have to see that one yourself. So if you have an opportunity to go to a Pride event and the after party, they're usually very cheap. Dover was only £5 per person for the after party, which astonishing value. And yeah, a lot of confetti, a lot of fun, very, very entertaining. Highly encourage you to go and experience that for yourself. Obviously in the parade the Queens were front and centre for that, leading the charge. Dover has a long history of drag, so it makes a lot of sense that that's the case. Pups just behind them. We've got family groups, we've got transgender groups, we've got leather, we've got everybody. Every element of the queer community was there, celebrating, shouting, dancing to music, having pictures and videos taken by the general public, and brightening Dover up on what was threatening to be a much more miserable day with the weather, but it actually held itself together and we all had a great time. I enjoyed it immensely, so thank you very much for the warm welcome at Dover. I know we experienced some less pleasant people there, but they were very much in the minority. The majority of people we experienced were pleased to have us, confused that there wasn't that much advertising, and that we were all squished up where we were, but generally speaking, it was a wonderful time, and I would definitely do it again, and hopefully next year's Pride will be even better. Thank you for sticking along to the end here, and just enjoying a nice little cosy chat with me and seeing some goodies that we've got. I would very much like you to subscribe. It's completely free. You just hit the subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment. It all helps. It boosts this kind of content up. As you're probably aware, with changes in various governments, content like this can be hidden, which is unfortunate because it's just a celebration of joy and being. It's nothing else. And I would like to create more of this kind of content for you. I would like to be able to bring more of this sort of stuff out there and show you the creativity that goes into it, the community that's there, and the joy. Because that is the most important thing with Pride. It is a joyful celebration of being, and that's what it should always be. People are not going to stop being people. People are not going to stop having community and supporting one another, and Pride helps everybody from all backgrounds, all persuasions. Nobody is excluded unless they're deciding to do things that are hateful. And this is not a place for hate, it's a place for joy. Anyway, I shall see you next time. Not sure what I'm doing at the moment. I've got a few things in the works here. Things are looking up at the moment, and I hope they continue to do so. You have a great one out there, whatever you're doing. I hope you've enjoyed Pride wherever you are in the world, whether it's a quiet one, or a loud one, big one, or a small one. And I shall see you all in the next video.